Hey guys, and welcome back to the WT Farm Girl channel. This year we are facing extreme winds blowing all day long, so I do apologize about any wind noise. Ooh, it is getting into farming season and things are going fast. We've got a lot of stuff coming up in today's video. We are gonna look at some of the windows that we're gonna be putting in our house, including the amazing giant window slider package that we managed to procure. So I'm really excited to show you guys. We're going to talk about why we went with MARVIN windows, just a couple different things that really stood out to us about that company. We're also going to look at a couple of our escapades with our geese, and we're going to look at some gardening solutions for this summer. Now, as you know, we've tried a lot of different things with gardening. We've tried a regular flat garden, which that was our garden year one. You can see it's overgrown quite a lot. That was a holy disaster. I'm not even getting into that. And then, as you know, we also tried a greenhouse, which sadly the greenhouse was annihilated by these exact same winds several years ago before we can even get started planting. So back then I knew there was one last solution to try, and we're gonna take a look at that this video. Plus, a great and fun way that you guys can get on board with this build coming up. So definitely stay tuned. You don't wanna miss out on any of these things. You definitely wanna watch our build that's coming up, and actually, it's gonna be put out right here, right behind me. And look at this view. It is gonna be absolutely fantastic. You guys are not gonna wanna miss this. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and let's go.
All right, so I promised you guys that I would show you the big, awesome window secret that we have. So we are here at the MARVIN rep store, and I want to show you. This is awesome. So originally we're gonna go with something like this. This is your standard, well, it's not standard, it's an 8-foot tall slider. Yep. Slide it in, there you go. This is what we were originally gonna go with for the space that we had. So we're gonna go with windows next to it and the slider for our rear wall facing the hayfield. But when we walked in, this is what I saw. So check this out. That is a massive, massive window wall. This is a double slider, so this unit is actually being discontinued. So they have the floor model available to buy. And when you open it up, you have a space like this. So instead of having a 4-foot opening, like your standard slider, you're gonna have double that. You're gonna have 8 feet. This entire slider unit is exactly 16 feet by 8 feet tall. So this would fit our entire back wall. So as you walk in the front door, this is what you're gonna see, except instead of seeing road traffic, you're gonna see the entire back property through those walls right there. The windows. But it also has this really nice screen. And I don't remember, I thought there was one on this side too, but so we've got the screen, we've got the slider, and we're getting this. Oh, let's show the inside. So the inside is actually wood. So it has a very real appearance. This is what it would look like from inside. So when we first saw that window door, I was so amazed by it. I was like, this is so cool. And I really didn't think it was ever going to become. We asked them if he was still selling them, and they weren't. So that was kind of a bummer, but it's really cool that we're able to buy this and have it installed in our house. So I know you guys were kind of wondering a little bit about why we went with MARVIN over PELLA. So PELLA windows, everybody is familiar with PELLA. They make a good quality product. One of the features that stuck out to me is the fact that they have retractable screens. So their screens go up and down very easily. They recess up into the windows. Now MARVIN actually used to make a same type of screen on their windows too, but during COVID, they couldn't keep up with the production, so they had to discontinue it because they were just a small company at that time. And during COVID, the housing boom exploded and everybody wanted to put new windows in their houses. So to keep up with orders, they had to discontinue their retractable screen lines. So maybe one day they'll come back out with it. But their quality is just as good, if not better, than PELLA. And they are cheaper than PELLA. So this is what's known as a casement window. So we're gonna crank this out here. So one of the things when you're looking at windows is you really wanna look at the connections down here. So you wanna make sure that it's not wobbly, that it's strong, and this actually has a 3-point connection to make sure that if you have heavy winds, it's not gonna rip this window off. We also have 3 points over here where it connects, and then this rail right here where it connects. So as far as the longevity of the window, you want to make sure that for your area that it's going to work. Our area has high winds, as you guys know, so we don't want to open the window and have the entire thing get ripped off. And then of course they have their locking system right here. So here's one of their wood inlay windows. These are a higher end window. We've got our lock right here. This one's actually a sliding window, it looks like. Here's your standard type of window. So on our house, we're actually going to go with mostly all casement windows. So these are casement windows, these are casements. This is more of your double hung window that most people are familiar with. So this part would slide up, but we like the casement because it offers a very clean view. Ours are not going to be wood on the inside. I mean, even though that's pretty nice, we want a very minimalistic type of look. So that right there would be a French door. This is a 10-foot tall French door. And then here's their list of all their different, all the different features you can get in your window. And yes, their windows do meet Energy Star codes. So I believe the windows that we're going with are rated at 0.28 to 0.29. And I think, if I remember correctly, at least in Michigan, you need at least 0.3. So the smaller the number, the better. I don't know, I don't make the rules. So now we've got double pane windows. This kind of shows some of the construction. Let's see if we can find the one. Some of these are vinyl, some of these are, what's that other material? I can't think.
This has definitely been the year for babies. Normally, we don't really have any babies because we're not an animal farm. We grow hay. But this year was definitely an exception. We were mad hatching as many baby geese as we possibly can. And I'm really excited to be able to show you guys what we're doing with those geese. And of course, we all are holding our breath to see if our experiment will actually work. So definitely stay tuned for that in upcoming videos. And as if you have an incubator and you're hatching out geese, you might as well throw a couple chicken eggs in there because why not? We have the chickens, we need some new ones. Tractor Supply sells them for $5 a piece, and that is way too expensive in my book. So we hatched some out. And then of course, let's not forget Turkey, who is enjoying snuggles of all varieties. And if she had the chance to have her own babies, she probably would do it. But one turkey's enough, because that's already a lot of snuggles that we have to give out.
Pinky, what is it? What is in there? Is there babies in there? Is them's babies? No, we're not gonna jump in. Died. Them just little baby chickens. Oh, Ginger's gonna come see the babies. What? You wanna snuggle them? Yes?
gonna be big chickens before you know it. I don't know if they really want to snuggle. You know, for most of us, we're lucky if we get one chance in a lifetime to build a house from the ground up. Not refinish a house, not remodel a house, not buy a house. Build a house from the ground up. So I'd really like to kind of do this off on the right foot. So I decided we are going to most likely pour cement on May 20th. So if you guys would like to be a part of this house for the rest of eternity, now's your chance. If you want to send a little prayer note or a Bible verse or words of wisdom or any little snippets on a tiny little piece of paper, you can mail them to the address listed in the video description. And everyone that I receive before May 20th, I'll do a quick video showing all of them, and then they're all gonna go into the foundation while it's being poured. So I'm gonna sprinkle them in, and they will be sealed for the rest of eternity in this house. Ugh, hair's going all over. So again, whatever you guys would like to include, just make it a little short little blip, and not a whole long letter. You can include a letter, but I can't stick an entire letter in the build. Just a little snippet that you want included, and we'll put it in the cement, and then it will be encased forever. So I just thought it'd be a cool way for you guys to get involved with this. And now I'm gonna put my own stuff out here too, and you'll be praying like crazy over this whole thing. But so far, you know, it's just amazing how it's all coming together. Despite their hurdles, there's always gonna be hurdles. But you look for those little blessings, and that's how you know that God's with your project. So again, if you guys would like to be a part of it, the address is in the video description, so go check it out. With Mother's Day just around the corner, I'm really excited to show you guys the Vego Garden system that we have. If you remember the tomato planter that we had for inside the house, honestly, I was so impressed with the quality of the construction of the planter that when I saw their outdoor planters, I was over the moon excited. If you remember in years previous, we had tried outdoor gardens. We did all the things. We covered them in weed cloth, we put mulch around them, we did all of the things, but it was just such a pain in the butt to get things to grow. And not to mention the lack of space, it was just a battle constantly. So we also tried the greenhouse. You remember the greenhouse video? The greenhouse was a fantastic idea, unless you have extremely high winds like we do. So the greenhouse only lasted a couple of weeks. The only option left to try was a raised garden bed system. Because we have dogs, because we have cats, because we have chickens, the only option to keep things out is either to put an ugly fence around it, which I didn't want to do, or put a nice raised bed in, which would offer you a great way to use better soil than what we have, which is heavy clay. So the Vego Garden system is very simple and easy to put together. It just has some bolts, and they have a couple different configurations depending on your particular space. So they really give you a lot of flexibility. Plus, they're made out of metal that's powder coated, so it has a nice long warranty. I believe it's about 20 years. One of the nice features about the Vego Garden beds is that it has an auto draining system in the bottom. These round trays go on the bottom of the Vego Garden bed. I put weed blocker cloth underneath them just to keep anything from growing up through it. And you can either fill them with water ahead of time, or you can just let them flow out. But they'll collect all of the extra water and allow it to drain off so that the bottom of your garden bed doesn't mold. But then it will also help to re-energize your soil by watering it as your plants get bigger and deeper and grow downward. I did a couple different layers of material. First I did some wet moldy hay, because I had wet moldy hay. And then we did some mixed growing soil compound, and then we did fine topsoil on top of that before I put the plants in. So after we put the plants in, then you can go through and you can put the mulch on top of it to really set everything off. Now for the plants, we were able to start the plants using the Vego growing system. They've got seed starting trays. Again, it's really high quality stuff. It's not stuff you're going to use for 2 years and throw away. This will probably last you at least 10 years. So we got the trays and we got to work filling them with potting soil.
My son picked out which plants he wanted to start indoors, and he got to work putting all of the seeds in. One of the nice features about these potting trays is that it does have a lid that goes over the top. The lid helps keep moisture in, but it also helps keep the heat in. And it provides a very unique way to water the seedlings. You just pour water on the top, and it drips down into the reservoir in the center, which then goes out to each individual cell and waters each plant. And then of course you have the nice large slits on the side, which allow excess water to drain off and allows air to circulate. These were really handy, and I was able to start the seeds indoors. Sadly, I didn't have a very good growing light, so if you guys have any options for good growing lights I should look into for the future, post your comments down below, because I definitely would like to invest in a better quality growing light. I was really happy with their seed growing system. I just need a better light. And voila, there is the garden bed. It looks beautiful. Well, wait, you're probably thinking now I have to drag an ugly hose over there. No, Vego has really got their game going on with the gardening system. They have an amazing automatic hose reel that you can mount on the side of a building, on a post, or on the side of your house or garage. And it looks very nice. It's not ugly, it's not bulky. It is just a little bit heavy, but their attachment system is very straightforward, and they give you everything you need to be able to attach it. And honestly, they pretty much thought of everything with this system. They even included two, not just one, but two nozzles for your hose. And these are high-grade nozzles. These aren't the cheapies that you're going to get at the store. It's got a really nice on-off switch. You even get some connectors to connect it to a longer hose or directly into your spigot if you need to. You just pull it out, and you can change the adjustable nozzle, spray your plants down, and then gently let it reel itself back in. The only thing I had to complain about, and it's a minor complaint, and that is that it does not have a holder for the hose connectors for the different spigots. That would have been really nice if they had included some sort of little tray, self-draining tray that you could put them in so you don't lose them. That would be the absolute only other thing I could think of that this would need. But they did think of the auto connection systems. If you guys have seen the quick connects, this thing comes with some really high-end quick connects. So I was over the moon excited to see that too. So we're definitely going to be attaching this onto our new house once that's erected. But for right now, we have it on the side of the dog kennel just because it's close to the garden bed. But these things are really, really handsome to put on the side of your house. So definitely check them out in the links down below. And again, thank Mother's Day. These are some awesome presents to be able to surprise your mother with. And yeah, check out the links in the video description. I'm hoping they decide to go in there. This is the goose that was nesting in the pasture, and she has been flying out of the pasture for the last couple of days. So I figured maybe she just didn't feel like she had her own space. So I made this little one for her. And you can see that's her mate right there, checking it out for her. You better get in there before somebody else does. She's like, hurry up, let's get in here. All right, so I think that's official, hopefully, that he's claiming it for her. And hopefully she won't be flying out anymore. There you go. Go in there, baby girl. I just chased her back in, so she's kind of realizing. And the other boys are kind of thinking maybe they want it. He's choking me up. So now he's telling her, like, hey, come on, it's clear in there. But if they don't go in and claim that, somebody else will. That's the problem. Even though the others have nesting sites, who's to say that somebody else doesn't claim that as a second site? I think she just figured that it really kind of sucks sitting in the pasture with all the weather beating on her. And that's fresh hay. I mean, it might smell like cat pee, but it kind of looks like everyone's being respectful. So the fact that they're walking up to it's pretty good. Oh, there we go. We have a winner.
I don't have any straw, unfortunately. All I have is hay, but it's something. They don't have much left of nesting season, maybe like 2 weeks, so kind of sucks that I had to wait this long to do it, but I figured space-wise 4 of them could nest in that shelter, but only 2 ended up nesting in there. So, alright, so this is good. Hopefully we won't have any more fly-outs. Of course, I don't know if we have any eggs out here. Hopefully not. Alright. There you go. See what we can do here. Nice, sister. I know. We don't have a choice because you can't just be flying around. I know. I'm trying to give you a chance. Hopefully that's gonna be enough. All right. Well, hopefully that'll do the trick. There's a couple different ways you can do that. You can cut the primary flight feathers, or you can cut the secondary flight feathers. I cut the secondary. So we'll see. I mean, they're heavy enough that cutting those feathers should be enough that she can't get up over the fence. She should still be able to fly maybe a foot off the ground, but she shouldn't be able to fly 7 feet off the ground like she's been doing. She literally the other day flew from over the fence right here outside. She flew over that and all the way over to that side over there. She flew over this entire thing. Instead of landing in it, she flew all the way over. I was like, yep. So, like I said, hopefully this will do the trick. And then we brought them some more water. They're not leaving because they need anything. Oh my gosh. Lee, we have a new nest. Well, that's really nice. I'm glad you made a new nest. See, I knew there was extra space in here. Maybe it's the one that did this nest. This is an old egg. So that's probably can be thrown out. And there should be, unless she moved her nest, which is possible too. Maybe she just moved it. Oh, it kind of looks like, did you just seriously move your nest? You're weird. Did you, really? Don't find any eggs in here, so it must be. I know they're wanting some water. All right, so this is how we gather goose eggs. I'm gonna gently take our hand right here, and we're just gonna feel underneath. And we have 1, 2, and nothing new. All right, there we go. All right, so let's get this cleaned out and get some fresh water put in there. There we go. I'm like, ooh, fresh water. 3. I'm guessing there must not be anything in here anymore. Yeah, that one looks empty too. So then we just have 1 goose on a nest. She's not laying any eggs, she's just still sitting on 2. She really enjoys sitting on eggs, and nobody's laid eggs in about a week or so. So I'm wondering if maybe they're done. Typically they lay into May or June. They got started a little late, so I don't know. But at least, hopefully we won't have any more flying out. Unless she's squeezing through there, which maybe she is. But if she was squeezing out, she'd be able to squeeze back in. She seemed like she couldn't, so. All right, so what would you guys have done if you had to face a goose getting out of the pasture? Eric's thinking maybe Christmas dinner. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, next week's video, guys, we are gonna be moving my beloved cabin right here. Hopefully it's gonna go well. I am so nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely don't want to miss out. So let's check out next week's video. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Things are going to start flying. We might even have to release more than 1 video. And if you guys are looking for new videos, they always come out on Sunday right now. So if you haven't gotten a notification, check back 9 p.m. Eastern time Sunday night, and you'll definitely find a video. Until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing spring. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.